This is Apba Baseball Classics, where yesterday's stars perform through cards and dice, classic games on our tabletops. Good morning, everybody. This is Apba Brian and Apba Baseball Classics, bringing to you Game 15 of the King of the Hill Tournament. This is going to be the 1917 Chicago White Sox. They are not yet the Black Sox. And the 1915 current Kings of the Hill, 1915 Boston Red Sox. With a victory today, the Boston Red Sox can go to 3-0 and move into first place of the King of the Hill Tournament. We're about 1/6 of the way through the tournament. A lot of baseball yet to be played. But if the Red Sox are one of the top two teams in the King of the Hill tournament, they will play in a King of the Hill World Series. Number 2 team right now, the 1911 New York Giants, who went 3-11 with a run differential of 14. If the Red Sox don't lose by more than 4 runs today, they'll be in second place at 2-1, ahead of the Chicago White Sox of 1906. Here are the starting items for today's game. First of all, for the Chicago White Sox, all right, Eddie Collins will lead off and play second base. Happy Felsch is in center field. Joe Jackson is in left field. Buck Weaver at third base. Chick Gandil first base. Nemo Lebold in right field. Ray Chalk is the catcher, and Swede Ridsberg is the shortstop. Hall of Famer Red Faber is the pitcher, 1.92 ERA, grade A pitcher. He's a good one. We got 2 good pitchers going again today. For the Boston Red Sox, yes, Babe Ruth will be in the lineup. Their starting lineup is Dick Bledsoe will play first base. Deacon Scott will play shortstop. Duffy Lewis is in left field. Tris Speaker will play shallow center field. Babe Ruth's in right. He'll be pitching if they win in the next game. Larry Gardner at third base. Ralph Kerrigan, the catcher. Jack Berry at second base. And Rube Foster is the pitcher. Born in Oklahoma, Lehigh, Oklahoma, in Indian Territory in 1989. Wikipedia says 1888, probably wrong. Appa says January 5th, 1989. He was born in Indian Territory. Both pitchers on each team were lifers. As far as playing on their same team the entire career, major league career. Faber played, I believe, from 1914 about 31, somewhere around there, all with the Chicago White Sox. And George Rube Foster played for the Boston Red Sox only in his major league career. All right, we're ready to begin. Eddie Collins, Hall of Fame second baseman, steps into the box for the Chicago White Sox. Good morning, Kurt Berglund from Kurt's Baseball World. Lots of baseball tabletop sports going on in Kurt Berglund's Baseball World channel. Check it out. Here's the first pitch of the game. 5-6 is a 27 that's hit on the ground to third base. Larry Gardner scoops and throws across the diamond. 1 away. Happy Felsch. 5-2 is a 27. That's also hit to Gardner. Not the greatest defensive third baseman on there. He has Appa rated 3. But he gets the first 2 outs in this game. And that brings up Shoeless Joe Jackson, the man whom Babe Ruth patterned his swing after. 5-3 is a 17. Fielding column for Boston, fielding column 2. And this is going to be different. I'm using the NRBL. It's the, I forget what the letters stand for, Retro Nostalgic Baseball League. And their boards are slightly different. Sometimes a third dice roll will be required. So 53 is a 17 play result that requires another dice roll. DR1, we use fielding 3, 2 through 6. We'll use fielding column 1. And that's a 4, so it's a fly out to right field. And that play is made by the Babe in right. No runs, hits, or errors in the first. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Red Sox coming to bat with no score. All right, Red Faber from Cascade, Iowa. Came from a wealthy family. His father owned a hotel in Cascade, Iowa. He'll be on the mound for the White Sox. Red Sox trying to win their third game in a row. Will send up the same lineup as they had yesterday. Doc Blitzel, the first baseman. 4-1 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Swede Risberg, who throws to Chick Gendel at first. 1 down. Here's Everett Deacon Scott. 1-5 is a 10 that gets an A pitcher. That's going to be a base hit for Deacon Scott. Average speed at first base. Here's George Duffy Lewis. I think he was a 294 hitter in 1950. 4-1 is a 24 that could be 2. Ground ball to Eddie Collins, who flips to Risberg over to Gendel. And it is a 4-6-3 double play. No runs, no one hit, and no errors. No score. We go to the top of the second inning. Twin Killian, pitcher's second best friend. You know their best friends, the triple play. Buck Weaver will lead off the second inning for the Palos. And Rube Foster, he is also an A pitcher, no modifiers. Ready to go. Pitch to Buck Weaver. 6-2 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Foster. Sometimes George Foster can be screwballs, kind of rare. And the pitcher for the White Sox, Faber, was a spitball pitcher. He was grandfathered in, the last spitball pitcher. When he retired, he was the last spitball pitcher in the American League. Burley Grimes was in the National League at the time and then later went to the American League toward the end of his career. Here's the pitch to Chick Gendel. 3-6 is a base on balls. Right. Palos are looking for contact. They've had a strikeout, a walk, and here is Nemo LeBold, 236 hitter in 1917. 6-5 is a 35 foul ball behind the plate. The catcher for Boston is Ruff Kerrigan. He loses the mask and secures the pop-up. 2 outs. Now the catcher for the White Sox, Ray Shaw. 6-1 is a 36. Wild pitch. They'll send the runner to the scoring position. Candles at second. Foster will continue to pitch to Shaw. 3-6 is a 33. 33 is a pop-up to the shortstop, Everett Scott. 3 outs, no runs, hits, and 1 left. Bottom of the second inning, still 0-0. This game is being played in Fenway Park. The unusual feature of early Fenway Park was Duffy's Cliff in left field. Defended by Duffy Lewis, a sliding an incline that went to the wall. Tough chore for Red Faber here in the bottom of the second inning. Tris Speaker, Babe Ruth, and Larry Gardner. 3-4 to Speaker is a fly ball hit to center field. Happy Felsch moving to his left. Picks the ball out of the sky, and Speaker is retired. Here is the Babe. He's been starting in right field when he's not pitching. He actually didn't do that till 1918. Yesterday, the Babe was 1 for 3 with a double. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Babe hits it the opposite way, and the catch is made by Duffy Lewis. 2 outs. Larry Gardner. 6-6 roll for Gardner. That's a hit column roll. And he's got home run power, but this will not be a home run power ball. It's a double for Gardner. He's in scoring position. First of the Red Sox to reach second base. There are 2 outs. Here is Ruff Kerrigan. Kerrigan was 0 for 2, walked twice yesterday. 6-2 is a 12, and that is a strikeout. So after the double, Red Faber loads one up and comes back strong. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. It's 0-0. All right, Rube Foster, the white Rube Foster in dead ball baseball. There was a black Rube Foster, a pitcher for the Chicago White Sox, one of the biggest names in Negro League history. Bottom of the order, Risberg, the pitcher, and then to the top for the 3rd inning. Here is Steve Risberg. 3-6 is a 33 pop-up on the infield. Second baseman Jack Berry calls for it and makes the catch. There's the pitcher, Red Faber, not a strong hitting card. 3-4 is a fly out to center field. 2 quick outs in the 3rd. Now Eddie Collins. I'll keep him off base. 53 steals in 1917. 1-3 is a walk. We are playing straight basic Apba. I don't have my chart for the catchers to throw out the base runners. So we're going with these boards all the way, the basic boards. Happy fellas. 4-2 is a 9. Gets an A pitcher. That's going to be a single. And the runner goes to second base. On the actual Appa basic book, it's an infield single. First and second, 2 down. Shoeless Joe Jackson, 301 hitter in 1917. Followed by Buck Weaver, 284. We'll pitch to him. 2-3 is a 12. And that's going to get Foster out of the inning. Ground ball to the shortstop. Scott flips to Berry at second base. That's the 3rd out. Go to the bottom of the 3rd. No score. All right, we're at the bottom of the Red Sox order. 8-9-1 for the last of the 3rd day. Jack Berry leads off. Jack Berry was kind of a team leader on this 1915 Red Sox team. 3-5 is a 37. Roll again on the error number randomizer. And that is a 16. That will be the fielding column 1, fly out to center field. The White Sox are fielding column 1. The totals add up to 42. Boston's fielding column 2, with their totals adding up to 38. Let me back up. I got to do another die roll on that one. A roll of 1, we go to the fielding column 3. 2 through 6 is a fly out to center field. So he does a fly out to center field. All right, now the pitcher, Rube Foster, steps in. 2-1. Fly ball to left field. Joe Jackson's patrolling left field for the White Sox, and he makes the grab. Top of the order, Dick Hublitzel. Sounds like a good football name, Hublitzel, but he's a baseball first baseman. 5'2" is a 27, ground out to third, so 3 up and 3 down for Red Faber. Spitter is working wonderfully today. We go to the top of the fourth, no score. When I was coaching baseball in California, I had an assistant coach who had a really good spitball. And sometimes he threw it in batting practice. All right, we got Buck Weaver, Chick Gandil, and Nebo LeBold in the fourth inning for the White Sox. Nobody's been able to change the scoreboard yet. 6-6 roll, that might change the scoreboard. Weaver has 3 homers on the year. Well, let's see what the second calling gives us. 51 is a leadoff triple for Buck Weaver, the White Sox third baseman. Popular player in Chicago. He's at third with nobody out. Red Sox will elect to play their infield in. Chick Gandil, 2-5 is an 8. That's going to be a base hit, and that's going to score Weaver. 1-0, White Sox. Well, the Red Sox had to come from behind yesterday to remain the kings of the hill. Here's Nebo LeBold, still nobody out. 5-3 is a 16. That is a base hit. White Sox come out in the fourth inning, red hot, triple, single, single. Runners on first and second. And Ray Chalk, the catcher. 5-5 roll. That's an 8. Pop up to third base. Play made by Larry Gardner. That's the first out. Swede Reisberg, the 8th hitter in the lineup. 1-2 is a 25, could be 2. Ground ball to the shortstop, the second to first. It is a inning double play. But the White Sox get on the board on 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. Bottom of the fourth inning, it's the Chicago White Sox 1 and the Boston Red Sox 0. All right, top of the order for the almost the top of the order. 2, 3, and 4 will hit for the bottom of the fourth for Boston. Here is Everett Scott, the shortstop. 6-4 is a 29. That's a comebacker. Rolled to favor the pitcher. The throw over to Gandil. Everett Scott is out. He is 1 for 2. That brings up Duffy Lewis. Let's see, 17 is another dice roll. Feeling column, if we hit roll 1, feeling column 3. It is not. That's going to be a fly out to right field. 2 down. And Tris Speaker. 2-6 is a fly out to Duffy Lewis in left field. So 3 up and 3 down for the Red Sox. In the bottom of the fourth, we go to the top of the fifth. Sox up by 1. The white ones. All right, Rube Foster returns to the mound for the Boston Red Sox. I get the impression that he was a little bit of a hard-headed player. Didn't play long in the major leagues. He played 3 or 4 years for the Red Sox. And then he got traded to another team, which he refused to report, and he just stopped playing rather than report. When he was in the minor leagues, he had 2 years where he played on 8 different teams in the minor leagues. So that might be a character situation. I know on one of those teams, they wanted him to play second base. He refused, so they fired him. Another one of the teams, he was a pitcher, and he also was a catcher on that team. And his catcher was also a pitcher. So one day he would pitch, catcher would catch, then he would go to catcher, and the catcher would pitch. It was kind of a reversible battery, which you would never see again in baseball, I'm sure. But in those days, it may have happened once or twice. Red Faber leads off for the White Sox. 1-2 is a ground ball to Berry at second base. 1 out. Here is Eddie Collins. There were 2 Collinses on the White Sox, Channel Collins, an outfielder, and Eddie Collins, Hall of Fame second baseman. Fly ball to center field. That's Tris Baker's territory. He makes the catch. 2 outs. Happy Felsch. 2-6 is a 10 base hit for Happy Felsch. That hit comes with 2 down. Joe Jackson looking for some extra bases on this swing. 1-6 is a 28. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. That's another die roll though on these boards. Fielding column 2, 1 through 3. He's fielding 3, which is an out anyway. 6-3. The other is the fielder's choice. It's an out. So we'll call it 6-3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is White Sox 1 and the Red Sox 0. Babe Ruth will lead off the inning for the Red Sox. He is 0 for 1 and 1 for 4 in this tournament. 6-5 is a pop-up to the catcher. Babe is retired. Larry Gardner. 6-4 is a fly out to the White Sox left fielder, Joe Jackson. 2 down. And Red Faber is getting into quite a roll here. He has retired 9 in a row. There's a pitch to Kerrigan, the catcher. 2-5 is a base on ball, so I just jinxed Red Faber. He says that's okay. There's 2 outs. I'll get through this. Jack Berry, the 8th place hitter. 2-1 is a ground out to second base, ending the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the top of the 6th. Chicago White Sox 1 and the Red Sox 0. Pitchers duel here at Fenway. Buck Weaver leads off for the Chicago White Sox. His triple in the 4th is the big hit in the game. Then he was singled in by Chip Gandil. 3-2 is a ground ball to second base. Weaver is 1 for 3. Chick Gandil, one of the Black Sox in 1919. 6-4 is a 41. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Ruth Foster, who bobbles it. Throw to first, not in time. There on the pitcher. Gandil is the base runner at first, average speed. Nemo LeBeau comes to bat. 5-4 is a fly ball to right. Babe Ruth with a catch. He holds the runner at first. 2 outs, Ray Chalk. 46 is a 29. And that is a ground ball back to the pitcher, who throws over to first for the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. It's the bottom of the 6th inning, 1-0, Pale Hose. All right, the top of the order. No, it's the ninth hitter. Foster will lead off for Boston. Not a bad hitter. Didn't get a hit here. 56. Oh, wait a minute. See, 56 is 23. That is going to be another die roll. Ground out to shortstop. 6-3. He was 2-0 in the World Series in 1915, pitching wise, and drove in the winning run in one of those games with his bat. One out, top of the order, Dick Hablitzel. Red Faber in his 1917 World Series was 2-1. Both our pitchers pitched well on the big stage. 41 is a ground ball to shortstop. 2 outs. Everett Scott. 1-4 is a fly out to left field. So 3 up and 3 down for Red Faber. We go to the top of the 7th. 1-0 Chicago. Point of fatigue inning for the pitchers. Both of them, 3 bad things happen. Then we will lower their grade from A to B. Both of them are A pitchers. Riesberg is the, leadoff hitter for the White Sox. And Rube Foster returns to the mound for Boston. 6-2 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Foster strikes out Riesberg. And that is his first strikeout in the game. Red Faber. 3-5 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So George Foster has found out his strikeout pitch here in the 7th inning. Don't think he'll get Eddie Collins. There are not very many. I don't see any 13s on his card. 1-1 roll for Eddie Collins. Eddie Collins says, "You're not striking me out." 43 is a double for Eddie Collins. Chance to extend the lead here for the White Sox. Happy Felsch. Outfielder, 308 hitter in 1917. 1-1 roll for Felsch. He is going to get Collins home with his double. And that is 3 bad things to occur to Rube Foster. So he is now fatigued. He is a grade B pitcher. Not much of a bullpen for the 15 White Sox or Red Sox. White Sox have a really good bullpen for a dead ball team. Joe Jackson, due to hit, runner in scoring position. Foster's got a pitch to him. We'll see how this goes. Four, it didn't go well. Base hit for Joe Jackson. Single, the runner scores. 3-0 Chicago White Sox. All right, that's 2 more marks on fatigue. Another one, he'll go to a C pitcher. Maybe it's time to look at that. Take another look at that Boston bullpen. Buck Weaver is the scheduled hitter for Chicago. Let's see, in the pen for Boston is really nothing. The Babe, he's scheduled to pitch tomorrow. There'll be no tomorrow if they don't win today. I could bring in Carl Mays. Mays has pitched, but that was a couple of games ago. Mays is right-handed. Weaver's right-handed. Nope, he's a switch hitter. So he's not going to get the bump up. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Mays. Here will be a C pitcher pitching to Buck Weaver. So let's see. Foster goes 6 2/3 innings. Struck out the first two batters in the seventh, but got happy with himself and gave up a double single and 2 more runs. Here is the pitch to Buck Weaver from Carl Mays. Submarine pitcher. 2-3 is a 12, and that's going to be a ground out to third base. So 2 runs for the White Sox on 3 hits. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-0, Gallows. Red Sox had to come from behind to win the game yesterday. They're capable. And until today, in the games in the tournament, they have been swinging the bat well. Let's see. Faber returns. This is also his fatigue inning. Duffy Lewis will lead off for the Boston Red Sox. Down by 3. 4-2 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lewis makes the U-turn back to the dugout. Trust Speaker. 6-3 is a fly out to center. Play made by Happy Felsch in center field for the White Sox. And now the Babe. 6-3 is a swing and a miss. The mighty Babe strikes out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Red Sox have not had a hit since the 2nd inning and only 2 in the game. We go to the top of the 8th inning. 3-0, White Sox. All right, Carl Mays will pitch the 8th. And he'll be pitching to Gandil, Leibold, and Schock. 2-5 is a 8 against the C pitcher. That's going to be a base hit. Leadoff single for Chick Gandil. And Gandil has been on base all 4 times, 2 singles, a walk, and an error. Here is Nebo Leibold. 5-1, 9 against the C. That's going to be popped in the air. Over toward the dugout, giving chase is Larry Gardner, who makes the catch. Ray Chalk. 4-4 is a 8 against a C pitcher. That's going to be a base hit, and Gandil will turn second. He will stop at second. First and second, White Sox with 1 down. Swede Riesberg, the 8th place batter. 3-1 is a 14. First and second, I think that's still a walk. C modifier, nope, it's a ball. And on these boards, it's just ball 1. 3-4 is a fly out to center field. So first and second, the base runners hold. 2 down, and it's going to be the pitcher up to the pitcher, Red Faber, to get these home. He'll stay in. He's pitching really well. 1-5 is a 14. That's a ball. 3-2 is a 26. Ground ball to the shortstop. Scott throws to Hablitzel. 3 outs. No runs on 2 hits. No errors and 2 left. We're at the bottom of the 8th inning. 3-0. White Sox making a strong bid to become the new kings of the Hill. Bottom of the inning. It's going to be Gardner, Kerrigan, and Berry for Boston. Only 6 outs to play with for the Red Sox. 2-5 is a leadoff single by Larry Gardner. good offensive third baseman for the Red Sox. Fast runner at first. Here's Bill Kerrigan, catcher. 4-3 to Kerrigan is a 29. Batter safe at first on a fielder's choice. That ball was fielded by Faber. He threw out Gardner at second, 1-6. The throw to first was not in time. So, new base runner is now slow at first base. Kerrigan. Jack Berry. 6-5. 35 is a pop up to the catcher, 2 down. And the Red Sox are seeing this opportunity slip through their fingers. They're going to pitch it for Carl Mays. So Mays goes an inning and a third. Did his job. He didn't give up any runs. And will there be a new pitcher for Boston in the ninth? It's going to be Babe Ruth. Sweet Hendrickson will pitch it for Boston. Ruth will come in and pitch an inning. Red Faber to Sweet Hendrickson. 5-3 is a 17. Another die roll, 1-4. He's feeling column 3, 5-6, 1. Feeling column 3. Single to right. Runner goes to third. There's a wild throw by the right fielder, Nebo LeBol. That's going to let the runner score. And let's see, Hendrickson goes to second on the air. So it's single and E9. Red Sox are on the board. They catch a break here. So Hendrickson will stay in the game and play right field when we go back out in defense. Here's Dick Hublitzel, leadoff hitter. He has rolled out to the infield all 3 times today, so he's going to try to get something in the air. At least hit it hard. The 5-1 is an 8 against a now B pitcher. So his grade, he's now tired. That's going to be an out. Ground out to the pitcher, 1-3, and that ends the inning. So the Red Sox do get on the board, 1 run on 2 hits. There was an error and 1 left. We go to the top of the 9th inning. White Sox 3 and the Red Sox 1. All right, so finally Boston offense has made their presence known. Let's see what they can do in the 9th inning. New pitcher is going to be Babe Ruth. He is a B pitcher, no modifiers. And if the Red Sox come back and win this game, he'll still start the next inning. Looks like he's probably only going to be pitching 1 inning. And that inning will start with the top of the order, Eddie Collins, Happy Felsch, and then Joe Jackson. So the lefty, Babe Ruth, on the mound. Here is the pitch. 1-6 is a ground ball to shortstop. Everett Scott makes the catch and throws to Hublitzel at first. 1 down. When my oldest boy was in Little League, about 6th grade or 7th grade, there was a pitcher on his team that resembled Babe Ruth, and he was a left-handed pitcher. Happy Felsch, 6-2, is a ground out to second base. So 2 up and 2 down. Ruth coaxes 2 ground outs. Joe Jackson. 1-2 is another ground ball to second base. No runs, hits, or errors. We go to the last of the 9th. Last chance for the Kings of the Hill, Boston Red Sox. We're down by 2. Faber is tired. He is a grade B pitcher, but he's going to see if he can pitch a complete game here. He's got Scott, Lewis, and Speaker if anybody gets on the Bay. I said Chicago has a decent bullpen for a dead ball team. Dave Danforth is a B. Scott's an A. Benz is a B. So lots of choices. This is a deep pitching staff for the White Sox. But we'll see if Faber can do it. Here is Everett Scott. Would be a long train trip for these teams to play each other back to back in those days. Wow. Chicago to Boston. Did not make that trek. I used to work for Amtrak when I was in college. And my buddy worked on the Broadway Limited, Chicago to New York. And then, of course, you'd have to go to Boston. But yeah, that would be a long train trip. My train was Chicago to Houston. When I wasn't working on the extra board, then I worked whatever train they told me to go to. There is Deacon. 5-5 is a 9 against a B pitcher. That's a leadoff single for the Red Sox. Timeout, White Sox. They will go to that pin. Red Faber goes 8 innings. And I think who they're going to bring in is going to be James Death Valley Jim Scott, born in Deadwood, South Dakota. 1.87 ERA, pitched 125 innings. All right, Duffy Lewis. 4-4 is a 8 against an A. So I'm kind of glad I made that pitching change for the White Sox behalf. That's going to be a pop-up to the shortstop, caught by Swede Risberg, 1 down. That'd be a hit against the B pitcher. Tris Speaker. Maybe I walk through the Death Valley of Jim. See what Speaker can do. He's a potential tie and run. 61 is a 14. No walk modifiers on Scott's card. At the base on balls. Speaker takes first. Scott goes to second. And the Bay comes to bat. Right-hander pitching to a left-hander. Here's the pitch. 1-6 is a 28. That might be a double play. Let's see, fielding column 1. It is 6-4-3, inning, Kurt soul-crushing double play. Ends the ball game for the Red Sox and ends their reign as the Kings of the Hill. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. Final score, Chicago White Sox 3, Boston Red Sox 1. White Sox had 1 run on 10 hits, and they committed 1 error, which let the only run score, so that would be an unearned run score on Faber, who's the winning pitcher. Scott gets a save. They didn't officially count saves till 1959, I think. But he would get the save. For the Red Sox, 1 run on only 4 hits, and they committed, not seeing any errors, no errors. They have a wild pitch. All right, final score 3-1. New Kings of the Hills, the Chicago White Sox of 1917. Whenever one organization is the King of the Hill, we'll skip over the next time we come to that organization. I actually don't have an Apba Chicago White Sox 1919 team anyway. I do have the 1919 Cincinnati Reds, who I do believe were a better team than the Black Sox. 671 winning percentage. will play the 1917 Chicago White Sox next. Chicago White Sox had a .649 winning percentage in 1917. Next game will be on Thursday. I'm going to do some work on my travel trailer tomorrow. It's going to take most of the day and get it ready for the summer. And Lori and I, we're going to be chasing our grandkids around, watching them play travel baseball all over Kansas. And I want to get that travel trailer ready now if I can. All right. 3-1 win White Sox. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to check out Kurt Berglund's Baseball World channel. It's a great one. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and may God bless.